We are Six Mom. We're here to watch Scott Pilgrim kick your teeth in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah!
Hey man, question. I've always wondered, how does not eating dairy products give you psychic powers?
Okay, right. You know how you only use 10% of your brain?
Yeah.
Well, the other 90 is filled with curds and whey. You always start laughing right at the end. Welcome to the Fluent Nerd, a not-so-serious discussion on all things nerdy. I'm Z.
I'm Neil.
This is a show where we talk about our love-hate relationship with the most famous and infamous franchises, movies, games, and shows of the nerd world. This week we're talking about...
Scott Pilgrim versus the world.
I said shows twice. Deal with it. All right, so Scott Pilgrim is a graphic novel series and a movie. Neither one of us have read the novel series, so there's not going to be a lot about that.
Yeah.
Deal.
Deal with it. Glasses down.
Yeah. The graphic novel was created by Brian Lee O'Malley, who wrote a parody, or he wrote it using a parody book called Even a Monkey Can Write Manga, or manga, whatever you want to call it. It's up to you.
Depends on how culturally...
I don't speak Japanese. That's a Japanese word. Deal with it, too. Because he only read one manga book series at the time. And he initially wrote it in black and white because it was cheaper.
Nice.
So, the 2010 movie is comprised of several of the comic book plots put together.
Oh, that makes sense.
Talking about the movie mostly.
Yeah.
So it's set in a surreal kind of world where everything's a video game in Toronto. Because where would you want to put your video game but Toronto?
But Toronto, Canada, yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Because, I don't know.
Yeah. So Scott Pilgrim's played by Michael Cera, who was in Superbad and Juno.
Mm-hmm.
And he meets Ramona Flowers, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who is in 10 Cloverfield Lane, which I haven't seen.
I haven't seen it either, but I saw the previews.
She's also the love interest in Swiss Army Man.
Haven't seen that either.
Oh, that's a good one.
We're going to have to watch that.
And she's in Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Wait, what? Who does she play in that?
I don't know. I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen that?
I just said that.
Whoa.
She's also in Death Proof and Grindhouse.
I'd never even heard of that.
Oh, they're the ones that have the guy from like Machete in them.
Oh, his name's blanking in my head right now.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, he sees her in a dream, and he dumps his 17-year-old girlfriend, Knives Chow, who's played by Ellen Wong, who is in Dark Matter, which that's on my watch list.
Yeah, mine too. It's on the list. I've never seen it, though.
She's also in Netflix's Glow.
I've seen it. Always pops up when...
Glorious Ladies of Wrestling, I believe. I think it's an 80s wrestling show.
Cool.
I just know that there's one character who is some sort of like Soviet bloc Russian wrestler girl or something. I don't know. I've seen the cosplays pop up from time to time.
Okay.
That's all I know about it.
Okay.
So Scott has to fight Ramona's 7 evil exes to win her over. The League of Evil Exes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it took me way too long watching the movie to realize that it was called the Evil Exes instead of ex-boyfriends.
Yeah, I can't believe you didn't pick that up.
One of them's a girl.
Yeah, you picked that up after she attacked him.
Yeah, it was like the end of the movie, and I was like, oh, all right, they were being inclusive. Okay.
She went through a phase.
All right, so
the L word.
Yeah, I used a word to describe some of the girls who are in this movie because I'm a pig. Because Anna Kendrick, Brie Larson, and Aubrey Plaza are all in it. The term I coined was boner-tastic. And I'm not backing down from that. No, I'm going to stand on this hill. I will die on this hill.
You will die on that hill alone.
So that's the basic plot of this, guys. I don't really have much else to tell you. Most of the movie is a little awkward dude.
Yeah, it hits really close to home.
Yeah, this is like, it's pretty fucking nerdy. This guy's pretty much, I mean, because you play music sometimes.
I do. So I love that's how you way that you put it, but sure.
Well, I don't want to like throw you completely out here. But yeah, it was it was awkward. It actually reminds me of
I've never been in a band
dating.
though. Let me just put that out there.
I've never dated a high school girl after high school.
I say you did. You were in high school though.
Yeah.
I never dated a high school girl.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Just boys.
Oh, fuck you.
Speaking of which,
Left that open. Left that right open.
Fuck. Speaking of which, Kieran McCullen. McCullen. Yeah, that's totally the Home Alone guys.
Culkin. Kieran Culkin. It's
we made him Irish. Kieran
McCulkin,
because Kieran's not Irish enough.
Right.
We had to add a mix.
It's Macaulay Culkin's brother.
Yeah.
He's the GBF. For those who are not in the know, it's the gay best friend.
Yep.
And Scott's roommate.
Yep. And what else was I going to say about him?
That he's a G.
Yeah, no,
he's not gay. He's a G.
G's for gay. No, he's probably one of my favorite characters in the movie. Actually, I liked him.
Yeah,
he was pretty funny.
Definitely some good dynamics there. But yeah, there's a lot you said there. You know, he's dating a high school girl and just kind of glossed over that. Apparently, they're all like 22. In their early. He's 22. Like the oldest one's 25. This movie is definitely made by folks in their early 20s. And a lot of love seemed to go into this movie.
A ton of nerd references, and some of which we'll get into in our trivia. But
yeah,
I mean, every minute or so we were catching something that was interesting.
Oh yeah,
a lot of background stuff.
Zelda's soundtrack.
You'll see, the amount of X's pops up in the background depending on how many he's defeated. At the beginning, you'll see stuff in the background where there's 7 X's, and when he gets the phone number from her, you see that. So yeah, it's a very it's a good visual movie, and the writing's really clever. So. I'll be honest, I did not like this movie the first time I watched it.
See, it was years ago that I first watched it, and I just didn't remember my feelings about it.
Yeah.
And going into it, we're kind of like, okay, I guess we kind of have to do this one. This
is actually our first request.
Yeah.
The whole podcast.
Yeah, and
neither one of us really wanted to watch.
Very thankful for it because damn, we enjoyed
opened
ourselves.
Our eyes. And I just watched this like a year ago. Not even that, like 6 months ago. And
I think I watched it like a year after it first came out, and I was like, okay, that was cool, whatever.
Somebody forced me to watch it, so I was all grumpy. I was like arms
crossed.
Like
everything that you've ever forced me to watch?
I was going to say like Gremlins. Except I watched it with an open mind.
I loved this movie. It was genuinely awesome.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
It's a little long.
Yeah.
A little long.
No, I don't think so. I think it's the right amount of time.
Yeah.
Oh, also, freaking Captain America was one of the X's.
No, not. Oh, yes, Captain America was, and Captain Marvel's
Superman.
in it. Hold the phone.
And Superman.
Hold the phone. Holy shit.
One of the X's was Superman.
Yeah. I pointed it out to you though. It was the vegan guy.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool
I just want the record.
Bro.
I just want the record to show.
Yeah, Brie Larson, Captain Marvel.
So Captain Marvel, Captain America, Superman.
And that was before. Or no, wait. I don't know when he was in Superman. Was that before or after this? Do you think 2010?
I don't know because it was
because it's just weird.
It was before Man of Steel. It was that one that came out that nobody liked and nobody knew about. It was when Kevin Spacey was the bad guy.
All of the Superman movies. Nobody gives a shit about Superman.
No one really gives a shit about Superman. I can't even remember what the movie's called. It was like Superman Returns. Superman Returns. That was it.
Was it?
Yeah.
It's just weird that they all ended up being superheroes.
Yeah, and actually Superman Returns came out in 2006. I just looked it up.
Huh.
So he was Superman before he was in Scott Pilgrim. Except that Superman movie did garbage.
Also, one of the vegan police that comes to arrest him later is the
police.
Punisher.
Yes.
He was one of the Punishers.
This movie is full of superheroes.
Yeah.
Except that this was before Chris Evans was Captain America.
Well before.
Yeah.
But
I think he was already the Human Torch.
That's true. I forgot he was the Human Torch.
Yeah.
He's a double superhero.
He's a double Marvel superhero.
Yeah, but it was after Thomas Jane was Punisher, I think.
Yeah, that was an older movie.
That had Travolta in it when
he
had some of his real face.
And he was still relevant.
Yeah. Travolta still had most of his original face in that one. So
Travolta's a Scientologist, isn't he?
He's a creepy fuck. That's all I know.
Yep.
All right, well, that's the plot, guys.
Yeah, that's the plot of Scott Pilgrim.
We'll BRB. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. You don't look good.
Ever.
Okay. So Edgar Wright is the guy who wrote this, and he actually got permission to use the theme song from the Super NES Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, which it was very heavy. You hear it a lot. He actually
I mean, if you get permission to use something like that, you're not just going to use it once.
Well, he got permission by writing Nintendo, saying that he considered Zelda to be the nursery rhyme of a generation. And that's how he got the Seinfeld theme song, too.
Oh, that's right.
So flattery just works.
Well, also Jerry Seinfeld, he's very flatterable, I think is the word. I don't know.
Flatter. Right. Someone write in and tell us how to English.
Yeah.
So the 4 cast members that made up the Sex Bomb, God damn it.
Sex Bombs.
Bomb, whatever. They spent several weeks learning to play together. And so everyone had to learn to play their instruments from scratch except Michael Cera, who had to dumb down his bass playing.
That's pretty awesome.
He's
pretty great.
He is a bassist if I've ever met one.
He's a support character.
He really in his own life.
Except he's the protagonist. He's still a support character.
Pretty much.
Like in Juno, like in Superbad.
I haven't seen Juno.
Not my favorite movie, but I hear it's really good.
Yeah. I would argue that in Superbad he's a main character because
he's one of 2 main protagonists.
What's his nuts? The side character.
Yeah, if you hadn't said that, I didn't know his name off the top of my head.
McLovin.
No, McLovin's not.
McLovin goes on his own adventure with Seth Rogen, and just kind of shows back up at the end. We're doing Superbad one day.
Of course we are. It's Jonah Hill's the other guy.
Jonah Hill.
Yeah, McLovin is definitely out of the 3, he's definitely a backup character for those guys.
Yes, I'm saying he's a support character.
Yeah. I thought you were trying to say he was a protagonist.
No, he's the support character.
Yeah, Michael Cera is definitely one of the 2 protagonists. He and Jonah Hill are the protagonists there, but
yeah.
But even when he's the protagonist, he feels like a support character, which is the bass guitarist.
So Anna Kendrick.
Sorry to all bass guitarists.
Yeah. So Anna Kendrick played the sister Stacy, and she wears a name badge, an actual name badge from the real life Stacy, who is the person that the character's based off of.
I was going to say, there's a real life Stacy?
There's a real life Stacy. And the only reason I found that is because someone asked Anna Kendrick to upload that to IMDb. Like
what?
Someone who was in the know in the movie was like, you should make sure that's on IMDb. So I just thought it was worth saying.
Yeah, and as far as I hear, Anna Kendrick's a G. So
and she's gorgeous.
Yeah. What was it you said earlier? When so and so is the least attractive character in your movie.
Yeah, when Aubrey Plaza's the least attractive girl in your movie, you're doing good because she's fucking hot too.
That made me laugh so hard. It was also true.
Yeah. Okay, so whenever there's a shot with the moon in the background, it's a full moon and there's a hole in it. I don't know if you noticed that.
I didn't.
I don't want to point it out, but apparently Todd, who's Ramona's third boyfriend, and what's her nuts?
30 Evil X.
Yeah, but what's the girl's name? I don't know. She's one of the
Envy.
Envy. He's Envy's boyfriend, the vegan.
Yeah.
Brie
Larson's.
Apparently, he mentions that he punched a hole in the moon for her when they dated.
Oh shit! I didn't hear that. I didn't. That just went right by me.
Yeah, and in the graphic novel, he actually punches 2 holes in there.
Punched a hole in the moon for you.
Yeah,
that's funny.
That's the power of veganism for you, I guess.
Yeah,
I'll never get there.
I get 3 I love that. Ugh.
Jeez.
Bitch, you just drink half and half.
So Edgar Wright, the guy who made the movie, said it was done in the style of a musical, but instead of breaking into song and dance, they break into fight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see it.
Yep. And
I see, said the blind man.
And you caught this when we were watching it, but the first fight with Matthew Patel is done in a Bollywood fight style.
Yeah. Well, that's his superpower.
That he's Indian?
No, Bollywood.
Oh, okay.
I don't think every Indian is in Bollywood.
No, that's what I'm saying, but it's not his superpower that he fights like.
Well, they said he has a special skill, and then he started doing his Bollywood
shit.
Right.
You're right.
I think that was his shtick.
Yeah. Okay.
As a boss fight.
I mean, maybe he's a vegan too. Maybe it's a different form of veganism.
I mean, a lot of Indians are vegetarian.
There you go.
I hope that's not racist. It's just a fact. I mean,
it's a thing. Yeah. So Mary Elizabeth Winstead actually memorized all the types of tea when she rambles it off.
For such a throwaway scene, that's amazing.
Yeah. They had crew members who offered to hold it up in front of her, and she's like, no, I want to do it.
That reminds me of Mark Wahlberg in Ted when he's giving out the 50 trashy trailer park names.
Yeah, I don't like that scene because my mom's middle name is Lynn.
Yes.
It's pretty funny.
Yes. Tammy Lynn.
We've got to cover Ted at some point because they have the Flash Gordon love.
Oh, yeah.
And until I showed you Flash Gordon, I'm the only person I know who likes Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
Yeah, great movie. Go watch that.
Definitely.
So when Ramona asks Scott how old Knives is, the roulette wheel in the background has a bunch of stuff on it, and it's really hard to read. But Here is what it says.
Please tell me.
The following choices. She's nobody. She's 40. Idiot. No speak of English. Wins dinner. Tell Pac-Man story. No, you are. Pass out. It was nothing. Who? Her and I gotta pee.
And then it lands in the middle of two of those, and the famous line he does say is, I have to pee on her.
There you go. So, when Scott meets Ramona for the first time and he holds up the picture to that guy, he said originally that...
What girl has hair like this?
So Edgar Wright wanted originally for it to be a picture of her from the comic book series, but this is just something that Michael Cera did and thought was funny, and Edgar Wright's like, no, leave that in. That's funny.
That's perfect. That's so good. I like the fact that Michael Cera came up with that.
Yeah. And so, okay, at the first Battle of the Band competition, Scott has a T-shirt on that says Plumtree. It's a band tee. Plumtree is an all-girl indie rock band that came out with the song Scott Pilgrim on their 1998 album, Predicts the Future, and that was the inspiration for the character's name.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to tell me that they did an honor, like it
Nope.
was like a homage to an homage, but
Nope.
that's cool.
Other way around.
That's really cool.
Yep. And you probably didn't notice this either, but Ramona's got that bag with her all the time with a big star on it.
Yeah.
The star changes colors according to her hair color.
I did not notice that.
Yeah, little things.
Little things.
So when Scott fights Lucas Lee, there's a fake New York City backdrop in the background.
Yeah.
In Toronto. And that's a reference to the fact that a lot of movies film in Toronto and make it look like New York or in some other American city.
Really? Do a lot of movies get filmed in Toronto?
Oh, yeah.
So that was like an inside joke as well. We're like, do movies get made in Toronto?
Oh, yeah, guy.
Oh, yeah. He's not your friend, guy.
You can rent a moose for nothing, for a couple toonies.
Do they have real money in Canada?
No. Their money glows in the dark. They really did have a...
No, that's not true.
No, there was a loony or a toonie that glows in the dark.
Glowed?
It was like a limited release, like we do all the weird state quarters.
Yeah.
They did one year where they had glow powder in them and they glowed.
Canada never changed. Never change.
Google that shit.
Please never change Canada.
Yeah. Unless you get invaded by the Chinese and we have to, annex you.
Never change Canada. Fallout reference.
Okay, so I already talked about Thomas Jane, rather.
Yeah, Thomas Paine, somebody else.
Who was the Punisher. He was also in Deep Blue Sea. Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember that shitty movie.
Oh, no, you bite your tongue.
Shitty Christian shark movie.
Christian shark movie?
Rewatch that movie and tell me it doesn't
Are you talking about Ice Cube being Christian in it?
No, the whole thing is like super overtone rather.
What?
Rewatch it and tell me.
I just watched it like 6 months,
All
8
right,
months ago.
All right, the comments will let us know.
Okay. If you're a Christian shark, please tell us your thoughts on this movie. He was also in The Thin Red Line and The Mist. And the other vegan cop was Clifton Collins Jr., who played a guy named A.L. in Star Trek, the new Kelvin verse one, like from 2009, 2010.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know who A.L. is. I didn't Google that.
Wait.
A-Y-E-L. Like the new movies, like Before Beyond.
Oh yeah, new Star Trek.
Yeah, new Trek.
Yeah. He was also in Westworld, wasn't he?
He was in Westworld and he was in Pacific Rim that I've never seen.
I haven't seen it either.
Yeah. And my last good fun fact is that there are Flash Gordon sound effects all in this movie too.
Yeah, we caught that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we caught that a little bit.
I can pretty much reference everything back to Flash Gordon somehow.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Everything comes to Flash Gordon, and most things come back to Liam Neeson.
Yes, most of them. So give us a minute and we'll talk about some fan theories and then our favorite and least favorite moments. Okay, so I could only find one good fan theory on this, but I like this one a lot.
Okay.
And the theory is that Lucas Lee is not really in the League of Evil X's because he loves Ramona, but he's in there because it's an acting gig.
Oh, Chris Evans' character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, oh God, I just remember what else he's in.
What?
Oh, what was it? Not Another Teen Movie.
Was he in that?
He's the one that has the banana stuffed up his ass and the whipped cream on his dick.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I totally forgot that.
That was the movie
shit.
that had the exchange student who was naked the whole movie.
Oh yeah,
That was a stupid ass movie.
that was back in the days of like American Pie.
That's what it was making fun of.
Yeah.
God, he's old as shit. That movie was out. That was like 98, 99 probably, and he was probably 20 in that.
I don't know, man.
Fucking ancient. That makes him like 10 years older than us.
He's 38 years old.
Okay, there you go.
According to Google.
There you go. He's ancient.
Ancient.
Yeah. Actually, he was in World War II, so he's really old.
He's 90 something, right?
Yeah, he's 90 something.
100-year-old man.
Hey, wait, I understood that reference.
God damn it.
Captain America name.
I get it.
So yeah, the supporting evidence on that is that he doesn't really seem to care about Ramona. And when he's fighting Scott, he's pretty much just like amicable at her, and he's spitting out lines at Scott instead of like,
yeah, oh, how you doing? Seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, he just doesn't give a shit.
He also lets his stunt doubles do most of the fight.
Yeah.
Which is like an acting gig. Shots fired.
Damn. Now, no actors are ever going to come on the show. Thanks. So that's really the only theory I have, but we've got a lot of favorite moments, I think. What's your favorite moment?
Kind of a handful. At the risk of starting off sounding a little creepy, I really enjoyed the Brie Larson singing scene.
Uh-huh.
Firstly, her voice is like an angel. I don't know if that was her actually singing.
I don't know if that's her.
But if it was, which I could totally believe it was, my God, the song was good. The choreography was good. Everything in that scene was just pretty awesome, in my opinion. Visually, I'm going to end my commentary there. But
she's an attractive person.
Quite so.
Yes.
A beautiful human being. Mm-hmm. What about you, Z?
Well, I like the fact that I could watch this movie the second time I watched it. It was a completely different movie for me than it was the first time.
Yeah?
The first time I watched it, a friend made me watch it, and I just wasn't into it. I sat there with my arms crossed, and I bitched.
Every time you show me a fucking movie.
Yeah, I was you for a change.
How's it feel?
Yeah. I was not into it. I caught most of the references, but I just was determined not to like it.
How long ago was that?
Like 6 to 8 months ago.
Oh, fuck, so recently.
Yeah, and I was like, this is stupid. I don't like Michael Cera.
Wow, so having you switch around, like, we were watching this cackling like fucking hens.
Yeah.
Like,
well, so here's what I think it is that there's some weird parts that kind of caught me off guard when I watched it the first time, and I decided I didn't like it.
Okay.
Like the half-animated, kick, pow, punch, Batman type campy shit.
It almost looks like one of the earlier comic book movies when they didn't know how to do them right.
Right. Now, having done a little bit of research on this to write these notes before I rewatched it, I kind of knew going in it's based on a graphic novel and this and that, and that gave me a different perspective on it.
Okay.
And that doesn't always happen. Sometimes I can research stuff on a movie and watch it and still be like, this is still shit. I still hate it.
Still garbage.
So, yeah, we got the request to do this, and I was not looking forward to it.
Okay.
And then I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the shit out of it. The subtle kind of stuff and the reoccurring jokes that kept happening over and over, I really appreciated them more this time around. When I wasn't like looking for things to hate, it was a really easy movie to like.
Yeah, that's a very fair assessment. I really liked how it also kind of captures like the genuine awkwardness of dating, especially when you're younger.
Of Michael Cera.
Well, that motherfucker is just an awkward guy, first of all.
He doesn't play the roles. The roles play him.
That's very true. There's a number of actors like that, and he's one of them. Fortunately or unfortunately. But, I mean, we've all been there.
Can you imagine a porn with Michael Cera in it?
What would it be called?
Superbad. I didn't write that. That was ad-libbed. That joke was super bad.
Oh, God. Oh. And McLovin's got to be in it.
I could just see him, like, spending 15 minutes trying to put a condom on.
Is that ever... Yeah, okay.
I'm not going to go any further with
that
joke.
No, that was...
I could. I'm not going to.
No, but I do love the genuine awkwardness of it. Because you know me. I'm a nervous TV watcher.
Yes.
I stand up. I let the emotions...
Paces.
I pace. When awkward things are happening on TV, I feel that awkwardness in a genuine part of my soul. I hate that. I wish I could be more detached from my television in my movies.
The secret is just to have no empathy.
Yeah, and I according to all my exes, apparently I don't. But
damn.
Apparently I'm the evil ex. But yeah, I that was one of like the part where I hate to say it, I can't remember the gay best friend's name. He's just the gay best friend in my head.
Damn.
He what's his name, Z?
His initials were MM. I know that. Oh no, WW. William. It's not William Wallace. It's something.
Freedom! Whenever he was telling me, he was like, "You need to break up with knives." He's like, "It's hard.
But it's hard,
like, dude."
Truth.
I get you, truth, bro.
Truth.
And just man, I know we touched on this, but like the acting talent in this movie,
it was really good.
Really, genuinely good. Do you have any other favorite parts or?
No, I've got one gripe though.
I can't wait to hear it.
And it's not. This is the weakest sauce of gripe that you'll ever
It's only
hear.
because we really went through this and like we were both talking about this before.
Yeah.
Like we don't have really a least favorite part out of this.
This is the weakest, most filthy casual gripe you're ever going to hear on this podcast because this is the kind of thing we're trying to avoid.
I cannot wait.
But I just didn't get some of the references because I knew some of them were probably references to the comic or the graphic novel.
Okay.
There were some things that happened, and knowing that there were a few things I was looking for this time that were references, I was like, I don't understand what that's referencing, and it's got to be about the graphic novel.
So you're poo-pooing it for fan service.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
It's usually the opposite.
Yep.
I had to find something I didn't like, all right? We got half an hour of content to write here.
That's fair. That's fair.
There were a couple times that I was like, that would probably be really funny if I understood the joke.
I guess I'm the filthy casual.
Yeah, I felt that's what it was. I felt like a filthy casual for a change.
Because you got many of the nerdy references.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all.
And
it's like watching Rick and Morty. Like, there are so many references in that you get, 10 of them in a minute, but there's probably 10 you didn't get.
But
they're so good at hiding them,
yeah.
It doesn't matter. This one had some blatant ones, in my opinion, where it's like, all right. I mean, that probably is a lot funnier if I understood the joke.
Yeah, okay. You said it. Weakest gripe ever.
It's weak, but it's something.
But I appreciate it, so it's fine. Yeah, I kept trying to rack my brain for I guess I don't know. As far as the least favorite part, the whole like thing where Ramona is just like, oh, it's just how I am. It's like, okay, I'm all for like self-identification, all for like being yourself, everything. But like when you know something about you sucks, fucking change it.
She did. She moved to Canada.
But she kept telling Scott that, oh, it's just how I am. Oh, just how I am around them. It's just how I am,
I did not understand why she went, oh, yeah, she had a mind control chip. Never mind. Figured it out. I was trying to figure out why she went back to that asshole guy at the end, but she had a mind control chip on.
Yeah.
There you go.
And I guess that's the whole point of my gripe too, right? I guess she was having a mind control chip. Never mind. So anytime you're using it as an excuse, you probably have a mind control chip.
Oh, yeah. The government's definitely got us chipped. Lizard people. Yep.
Yeah. I can't think of anything else I didn't like about it, though.
Yeah, I mean...
I genuinely had a fun time from beginning to end.
Yeah, it was actually really good.
Yeah, go watch this fucking movie.
Yeah. The worst part of this movie is the fact that we got Uber Eats and they fucked up our order. That was the worst part of the movie.
Now Uber will never sponsor us.
They weren't going to anyway. We say dicks too much.
Dicks.
Well,
guys, we give this a thumbs up. Definitely recommend. Go watch this movie. Let us know your thoughts. And yeah, bye. Hey guys, thanks for listening to The Fluent Nerd. Please join us next week. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at The Fluent Nerd. If you like what you heard, please leave us a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. Also, tell your friends about us. Seriously, text one right now or shout if you happen to be in public. You can send us your feedback, show ideas, or behind-the-scenes stories to thefluentnerd@gmail.com. And we want to give a very special thanks and the man to request this particular episode, our musical talent, Sean Ryan. Again, please check him out on Instagram, SoundCloud, and Facebook. Thanks again, Sean, for the suggestion. We loved every second of it, and we will see you all next week.